Alright, so I'm back, and in today's video, I'm going to be building an autocross car. Now, I'm going to base it basically off like an old Evo / old Subaru STI. It's going to be a 4-door, 4-cylinder, turbo, all-wheel drive machine. I want to make high 400, low 500 out of a 4-cylinder. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so this is the chassis I decided to use. It's the 94 Japan Alt sedan. It's the 1995 sedan right here. I don't want to make it too expensive using carbon fiber and all this crazy stuff, but I would like to keep the weight down. So I'm going ahead and use aluminum panel material, Monaco chassis type. For the chassis material, I'm going to use light AHS. Why is that so hard to say? AHS. Engine placement, front transverse. For the front suspension, I'm going to do double wishbone as well as the rear. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to name the engine family Autocross because that's basically what I want these engines to be for. Variant V1 for version 1. Make it real simple. Engine block, I'm going to do inline 4. I'm going to do an aluminum block and dual overhead cams. 4 valves per cylinder. Head material, aluminum with VVL. Alright, so for the family, I'm going to go up a bit on the bore and I'm going to leave it there. So we got a 3.7 inch bore and a 3.3 inch stroke, giving us a 2.4 liter, but that's just for the family. I kind of want to make it just a 2 liter, so I'm going to do that in a variant. So for the crank, we're going to do forged steel, lightweight forged connecting rods, and low friction cast. For the stroke, we're going to bring it down because you know I love RPM. And I'm going to bring the stroke down just a little bit. That way we can make it a 2 liter engine. I'm going to settle at that as 2046 cc. For the compression, we're going to bring it down to A3 because it's going to be boosted. Cam profile, we're going to raise it up. So is VVL profile, raise that up. We're going to do VVT all cam, ball bearing, intercooler. Let's just make that 600 for now. Going to do a race preset for the turbo. Fuel system, we're going to do injection, multi-point EFI per cylinder. Race intake, ultimate fuel type. If you haven't been keeping up with my videos, this is normally how I start off all my engines and we tweak it after. Advance it a little bit, the timing, probably like to 80. RPM, I'm gonna leave it at 9,000 for now. I probably won't be able to get 9,000, but I'm gonna just try to shoot for somewhere close. For the exhaust, we're gonna just make that a 4-inch exhaust for now. No cats, no mufflers at all. So right off the rip, we got 451 horsepower. 318 pound-feet of torque. We are not looking good at all for the engine durability. The pistons is completely failing. We have a valve float. Turbos are flowing good though. So we got to address this piston issue. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is do lightweight forged pistons. That should correct the problem. And we're going to do lightweight titanium connecting rods. It's fixing our connecting rods. Alright, so for the valve float, we're going to take some RPM out. Just a little bit. Hopefully I don't have to take too much. So we at 87 right now. By looking at the graph, it's falling off hard at the top. So we definitely got to address that. I kind of wanted to make a little more power like on the low end side. Because it doesn't like hit. It hits peak torque at 6,800 RPM and peak power at 7,500. So I would kind of want to stretch this all out. I just want to make a smooth graph going straight up, not falling off nowhere. So let me go ahead and tweak this up, see what I can come up with. Okay, so I got something I like 454 horsepower and 308 pound-feet of torque. I ended up having to increase the size of the engine to a 2.2 liter, which is fine. I know I said I wanted a high 4, low 5 number, but by just looking at this graph, I really do like this graph, and I feel like it's going to be pretty good for what it is. If y'all just want to take a look through what I changed, here y'all go. So now it's time to add some paint to the engine. I honestly don't even know what I want to paint the color of the engine. Let's just see, something like that. To remind us of the Porsche I just built in the last video, take some of the flake out. For the valve cover trim, we're going to do just black. For the bolts, we're going to do yellow zinc or try to recreate a yellow zinc by making it chrome and then just selecting a yellow color, something like that. For the intake manifold, I think I want to just leave it black, a wrinkle black, something like that. Add some more wrinkle to it. There we go. And that's it. So that's our engine. Now it's time to put it in the car and let's design the car. All right, so we got our car here. Now it's time to morph the body up. You know how I get down. I'm gonna change it up, make it fit my vision that I got in my head for how I want this car to look. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so I got my rough morph all set up. I might want to go a little bit wider. I just want to make sure I'm not going too wide, because all I want to put on here is like a 265 to 275 size tire. So I don't want to make it too wide. We can always come back to this. For the color, I gotta do white. I love white Evos. I'm gonna make it white. Take some of the flake out. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose that color white. Looking real good. Now you know I gotta put some rims on here so I can really see how the car looks. Let me find some rims. So I think I'm gonna go with these rims right here. I already painted them white to match the car. I want to do a white on white color scheme. It's looking good. So next we have drivetrain. We're gonna do transverse all-wheel drive, manual. Let's do a 5-speed. Top speed of like, let's say like 170. I think 171 is cool. We're gonna leave spacing alone. Viscous LSD. We're gonna keep it at a 40-60 split. Power distribution. Go to wheels. Tire type, we're gonna put radials on, semi-slicks. We're gonna do a 275 squared. That should give us more than enough grip. For rim diameter, we're gonna keep it at 18. Tire diameter, we're gonna keep it at 26. I don't want the tires too pokey. Offset, let's go ahead and bump these out just a little bit. That'll give us some track width. I'm gonna bring the fenders in some, but I want to get a car some track width, so I'm gonna give us the rim some offset. Then we're gonna morph it so we can bring that back in. I'm gonna keep the arches. I think they look cool. Then bring the front in. Like that. Alright, so the offset can go up just a little bit more. I like my tires to be flush with the body. Same with the front. 35 in the front. That should be cool. We're going to do alloy wheel material. Brakes. Going to do vented. 4-piston in the front with like a 12-inch disc. Vented. 2-piston in the rear. 8-inch disc in the rear. We're going to do a 10-inch disc in the rear with a pretty aggressive pad material. And we're going to do 70-30 split brake bias. Alright, for aerodynamics, we're going to need downforce because this car, autocross car, is gonna be going pretty fast, so it needs downforce. I'm gonna do 60 in the for downforce. Cooling, we're gonna leave it at 50. Brake airflow, we're gonna leave at 15. We're gonna leave at 15. Interior, leaded seats, basic interior. For driver aids, power steering, hydraulic, ABS. No safety. Suspension, we're going to do progressive springs, adaptive dampers, active sway bars, and we got our car set up. So the first thing you know I always do, I slam it. I gotta slam my cars. Check out that fitment. Make sure my fitment on point, because that's what all that really matter. Okay, so looking at the graph, it'll actually do 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds, which is not bad at all. So I'm gonna add some camber for the front just to make sure we can get some good grip going around corners and whatnot. So I'm gonna do -2 in the front, and I'm gonna take all the camber out the rear. For springs, I'm gonna go ahead and stiffen it up in the front. Same for the dampers. Sway bar, I'm also stiffen that up in the front, and what that should do is induce oversteer. Oversteer is easier to control than understeer. I'm also going to just stiffen up the rear just a little bit. I don't want to stiffen it up too much, just to make it a little more tight and manageable on the track. So looking at braking, our brakes are actually pretty good already. It goes from 62 to 0 miles per hour in 102.1 feet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any better than that. I'm going to just leave the brakes alone. I'm going to go straight to gearing, see if we can get a better 0 to 62 miles per hour time. One thing I have to note is it's barely spinning at all, which is really good. So it should handle pretty good on the track. Okay, so I was able to get the 0 to 62 mile per hour time down to 4.2 seconds. I also made the top speed to 181, and I mean, it's looking good based off the graphs. Everything is looking phenomenal. It's looking pretty good. It weighs 3,000 pounds, which is not bad at all. And now it's time to make it look nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all the fixtures, the lights, the door handles, the mirrors, the wing, everything. Make it look good. Alright, so I finally got the car all built up. As you can see, we got a carbon hood, carbon lip. I've been wanting to use this grill for a while, so I decided to use it on this car. We got carbon side skirts, carbon like little arrow pieces in the back with a carbon diffuser. I even angled the tip, make it real JDM. So it's looking real good. Only one thing left to do is to take it to the track. I'm going to name this car Evolve V1, and let's go ahead and export it, take it to the track, and see how it do. Alright, so we have the drag strip, and now it's time to see what this car can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and race that S16 that I made. They both 4-cylinder, turbo, make about the same amount of power. So let's just see which one is quicker. Let's see what time that this car actually can do. Alright, go ahead and line it up. I'm gonna try to leave on as much boost as possible. I'm all-wheel drive, so I got an advantage right there. Got off the line pretty good. I'm shifting bad. I got used to that Porsche, the Porsche clone I made last video with the dual clutch transmission. So I did an 11.7. I honestly don't even know what this car could do, like perfect scenario. So I'm gonna just keep giving it a couple tries, see what best time I can average. Come on. 11.5. So we are getting faster. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if it'll do a 10. I probably have to try really hard. Stay at 4th. 11.53. Yeah, I think that's about the fastest this car would do. It don't make that much power, so I don't expect it to do anything quicker than that. I mean, 11.5 is still pretty good for a mid 400 horsepower car, considering the weight, 3,000 pounds. But let's go ahead and take this to the racetrack, and let's see what this thing really can do. Alright, so now we at the racetrack. Now it's time to see what this car can do. I mean, this is what this car was built for, so it should be able to put down some good. I watched this video on the smoking tire about saving time on your lap, so I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I'm gonna use the rumble strips a little bit more and just try to maintain speed as much as possible. Come on. Man, these rumble strips are so aggressive. I don't know if it's because my car is so low. Straight away, let's see what we can do. Come on, girl. 140, 150, 160. Alright. I think it's because my car is so low. It's like going crazy over the rumble strips. I'm shifting so bad. That wasn't that good of a run, but it still did a 203, which is not bad, but I'm pretty sure I could do pretty faster than that. I was driving kind of soft and my shifting wasn't there. It's a 5-speed, so I'll keep forgetting that. I'm gonna stop making excuses. I'm gonna run that back. I mean, it drives pretty good. It's not crazy fast, especially coming from the Porsche I made. But for the most part, it drives pretty good. It's definitely gripped up. Grinding gears. Alright, I gotta be a 203. I'm gonna brake a little bit later during this straightaway right here. Hopefully that'll save some time. Ooh, I just over-revved it. That wasn't too bad other than me over-revving it. Come right out, nothing but power. Go ahead, just floor it all the way through. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Yes. 2 minutes. We saved, I believe that's a little bit under 3 seconds off That's pretty good though. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave in the comment section below what y'all want me to build next. Also follow me on Instagram _SteezyManny and Twitter _SteezyManny. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.